Peter Lynch once said, there is no one on earth that can pick the stock market top. And if they try, they're going to lose way too much money trying to pick it 50 times or 100 times over and over, that by the time the dump actually comes in, they're going to be out of money to short the market. So the idea of today's video is very simple. What if there are no no bulls and no bears? What if there's only winners and losers? So meaning the same people that profit on the way up, on this whole move up, are the same people that basically profit on the way back down. And how am I going to prove that to you? Well, I mean, this 85 level is going to be a key level. And this support level here is also going to be another key level. I'll give you a deeper dive right now. So the question becomes, if there's only winners and losers in the market, how do we know what the winners are doing? Or what do they do to keep on winning? And I would say that the answer is pretty simple. The winners respect the trend. The winners go with the trend. They don't fade the trend. They don't go against the trend. So on Thursday, I think it's such a valuable lesson for me. And actually, this is where this whole video idea kind of came from. I was just really kind of frustrated on that Thursday because I was trying to pick this top at 33. I was basically shorting in this range here. But ultimately, you can see in hindsight that I was definitely wrong in shorting because, well, once we broke through those highs, we just kept on going higher and higher. So this was like 6 days already in a row green. And I said on my stream, it's all there. I don't delete nothing. I talked about this idea about if we broke down below this level here, we would look for the price to go back on down, right? You can see this massive pump. I mean, we're going to have a pullback, right? So afterwards, that's exactly what I said. I'm like, we're going to have a pullback if we break through the lows. Or I'm going to be dead wrong if we break through the highs and we continue pushing higher. And I was shorting here. I got short somewhere here. And then obviously I was wrong. And why is that? Because I wasn't shorting weakness. I was fighting the trend. And I believe that this is what a lot of people actually do when they look at their shorts. I don't look at shorting the same way that I would say 90% of people do. Why? Because even like bear flags that could have potentially, work for this kind of move, I just rather not take those, even though I see them all the time. I'd rather be buying at supports and then look for the pushes for the overall trend, because it's much easier for me to grasp the idea that I can profit 10, 20 points from a move that's going to move 100 points or whatever, 50, it doesn't really matter points, versus me trying to catch the 10 points of this whole 10-point move, right? So that's the simple idea of why I don't take certain trades. And at the end of the day, if you're here trying to basically trade like this, or, like reading the candles and taking trades, like I would say more than like 3-4 trades, you are turning into into that gambling territory where, or not gambling, but, you really got to be a special, I guess, trader where you can scalp the market like that. And it doesn't work for me. If you can work that out for you, well, then I think that this probably is not for you, because here I'm looking at more the overall big picture of things, and I'm looking for the overall bigger picture of everything, right? I'm not looking for little trades, right? Could I manage them better? Absolutely. But besides that, what I'm here basically saying is that I was shorting here, and I was wrong, because if price had broken here, we would have basically broken, we would have back tested and then gone lower. But this is not what happened. So I was trying to basically tell the market go down, and the market is never going to listen to you, and it's never going to listen to me. So instead of doing that, I should have been smarter to basically realize on that day, look at this, we got support here, we're turning into support, right? We're turning this area clearly into support. We could easily take a buy off there, right? And just continue to go with the trend. So the same people who were buying here were buying here. Does that make sense? The same people, they rode this whole trend up, and they were probably taking profit at this 85 level when we hit there overnight. And why this 85 level? It is very important for you to understand this level. Look at this on a bigger picture. This is the daily candles I got pulled up for you right here. I'm not gonna show you with all my drawings because then it might confuse you. So this 85, 88 area, this was a previous all-time high. I'm just gonna leave the white dotted line going across. You can see this right here, that this was the previous all-time high. We kind of went lower, and if we had broken down here, then market would have showed weakness. Then I can respect the trend and go short there. I react to what price tells me. I don't want to be guessing that we're gonna break there. And that is the key thing about this video here. I think that this is going to be my most important video, with understanding price, with understanding and not fighting the trend, right? So if price had broken here, yes, we would have started the dip. But until that price broke, look at every day. We just kind of kept on building a base, right? And then we go off higher. We break through that 88, which was the all-time high. And it really doesn't matter how high we go from here. Just remember that 88 level. Well, then we come on down, we basically back test this 88 right here. We get a nice little pop. The day did close red, but still above 88. We got one last little fade below 88, and we kind of playing inside this range, right? Until we basically have the last pump, and then the dump comes in. The level was drained at that point. So then, yes, we do get the dump, and you can see how price broke down these lows right here, right? You can see that. Now, at that point, once we break below, we got to remember 88 because we might back test it. I was long on this area here. I stream every day. I remember getting long there vividly. And therefore, when I got long here every single pretty much day, on this day was the amazing trade I had where we did back test 88 right to the tick almost. Look at this. We went on this day, we actually pushed to 87.75, but whatever, it's a tick. The point is simple. 88 is still in play. It's still a magnet. So when we backtest, we got denied. At that point, the trend revealed itself. We went lower and price broke these set of lows here. You can see that. We broke these lows. At that point, I can start to think, all right, trend might be changing. We can react with shorts. We don't want to predict the market. Remember, we're trying to make money. We want to go with the trend. We want to be a winner. We don't want to be a bull. We don't want to be a bear. I talk about being a bull all the time, or how it's bulls versus bulls, right? I've been talking about that for since I started this channel. Bulls versus bulls, they take profit, so the market goes down, right? But the idea, besides all that nonsense, is that there's winners and losers. They respect the trend. And look at this. When we broke down these set of lows right here, we did sell. And then what ends up happening? We just kept on melting through supports. There was supports right here, which we did break even lower through. And then, this is when the trend kind of snaps back because price tells us that we no longer want to go lower. We had this basically very nice wick on this daily chart right here. And then we're starting to turn this area into support. By the way, I was also buying in this area. There was one day here where I did, I think, take a loss because I was obviously buying. I didn't expect one of the biggest crashes of the last couple of years to happen, in this particular day, right? You don't prepare for that, but it doesn't really matter. You lose one day and then we're back to winning the next, right? So look at this. So we ended up buying all these days right here. We get nice pushes, even though the wicks came back down. As long as you take profit and you're not expecting this thing to happen overnight, then you're fine, right? We buy supports. This level over here where these wicks were happening, it's getting denied, right? You can see that wick hit almost the high there. Boom, smack right back on down. Hit support again, got to the highs, boom, denied again. But again, don't lose focus of the idea here. This level here is turning into support. It's bouncing. It's giving us the hint that we don't want to break that level anymore. If these wicks had came down and this day had broken here, well, then I would be sitting here 7 days later telling you that we are going lower. But again, this is entertainment purposes only. But up until this point, I was all bullish on this thing every single day. We get going, boom, boom, boom. We break through that resistance. We back tested. You can see on this day, which was Monday, we back tested that resistance, which now gets turned into support. And then boom, we get another little green day. And then the next day, boom, another little green day. And this is where, on that Thursday, where I was shorting here, because I thought that this resistance here, you can see that was a previous level of resistance, that we were going to get denied there. But we didn't, because again, I should not be fighting the trend. I should be going with the trend. On this one day that I lost, I get these ideas. I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong? You always want to review what you do wrong. It's not that the system failed or support resistance didn't work, is that I failed to view my system correctly. So after marinating all that, I came up with this idea. I'm like, I have to make this video. It might be a little bit long, but hey, I feel like this is a very important video for you to kind of grasp that idea of going with the trend, right? And once we reclaim this level here, we take a wild guess, we back test it on Thursday, and then we push off higher. Okay, now on Friday, which was the Friday we locked in, I think it was a little bit over 1,500 in profits. We got the dip, and then look at that. We bounced from a level of support, which was right here. You can see that resistance. We bounced almost right to the tick from it. It's too good, right? Like, look at it. We bounced right there, and then where are we going? Higher. To where? Where is this market going? Take a wild guess. Remember that 88 level we just talked about? We actually got denied there overnight at 83 something, 83.50 or 84. And then during the day, the high of the day was 86.25. Do you think the price decided to magically get choked up there? Do you think that somehow on my stream I knew and I said it that this 88 level was going to be a key level of resistance? No, I don't have a crystal ball, right? And I'm not basically saying that I predicted that we were going to basically go all the way up there one shot, because this could have taken like, many more days or whatever, some sideways move too. But I pretty much did sit through on my streams basically talking about this was a buy, this was a buy, except for that Thursday. I will give myself some I messed it up. Hey, but that's what gave me this idea for this video. So yeah, don't be fighting with the trend. And if we reclaim this 88, well, then where are we going? It's too obvious. We're going to that all-time high and then obviously breaking it, right? But let's see what price is going to do on Monday. But I really felt like this video, I really wanted to make it. Don't try to pick tops. Respect the trend, and the price is king. And for me, unfortunately, I just don't like taking shorts. Like, for example, look at this. It will be, I'm going to show you now on the 15-minute chart. Okay. All right. So I had made a mistake there. But basically here on Friday, we bought right over here. Okay. We bought right here on Friday. Whoops. It's all on my streams. We bought right here. This is literally where we bought 47. We bought the low of the day, the perfect low. All right. So we bought right there, and I took profit on my second one. It was somewhere at the 68. So obviously in hindsight, it was definitely too early. I took profit here, but then we got this little pullback. Okay. We got the pullback, and there's two ways of looking at this. Okay. Well, there's a million really, but I'm going to break it down like this. I buy here. I like to sell here. We got the dip, which created this higher high. Okay, we created a higher high without touching the support level down here. So I could have still been long on this trade, right? But it's easier for me to buy here and hold for a while, for a long time, even all day. There's days where I'll hold all day because I know that they won't come back to test this, right? Or if it does, whatever. It's a runner at that point. It's fine, right? But the idea is simple. It's easier for me to buy here, add here, take profit here, and then try and take profit even higher with the runner, right? Versus trying to pick the top here, trying to short here, and trying to short here. It's much more difficult. And that is exactly why I also don't trade inside the candles, looking at like order flow and stuff like that. And you can tell me whatever you want, but at the end of the day, there's only one thing that matters. Right here, this was a level of resistance that we basically reclaimed, and I got long 47. How did I know to get long at 47? I can tell you one thing. It wasn't order flow. It wasn't no fancy indicator. It wasn't no RSI and no other bullshit. It was simple support and resistance strategy. And that's exactly what I trade, because look at it. It's the best entry of the entire day, and there's no disputing it. I streamed the entire thing. There is no disputing that this is the perfect entry without needing any fancy or magical indicators other than this simple idea. There's only winners and there's only losers, and the same people that profit on the way up, they profit on the way down because they respect the trend. And that is exactly what we must do as traders so that we can get profitable and we can make money every single day consistently. And if you do have a red day once in a while, it calls for that. It's part of the game. It happens, but who cares? You make more. You should be making more than you lose overall. I'm going to leave you with that thought. It's the weekend. I'm going to go and enjoy it. I already got my levels plotted. So make sure that you do the same. Get ready. Next week, I'm sure we'll be, you know, with a lot of surprises. So we must be ready. So peace. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support. I do see that the channel is starting to grow. So I do want to personally thank you all. And if I do provide with some value, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, peace.